And the bandwagon's falling right off. And you're hearing all the talk about maybe you should think about what you're gonna do if it don't work out. It ain't about if it makes sense. 'Cause if the boot do it don't fit. As far as I can see, there ain't no way to be somebody if you just don't quit. So if you gotta fight, don't lose it. If you gotta do or die, dream do it. If you got something to prove, go on prove it. Don't let nobody clip your wings. Keep your heads down, keep on the blinders. Tune out the doubters and all the close minders. If it's in your blood, falling down ain't enough to change you. You were born to be. Getting back up, that's the only backup plan you need.
Welcome back, Rico Moneybags, a channel helping you invest in yourself so we can invest in the future. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, keep the bell notification line. I see a lot of people pulling up right away. What's up, everybody? Sonia, Mr. Mo, got some plays they're calling out. Man, that's nice. Welcome in, everybody. Those tuning in on YouTube, those tuning in on Pump Fun and even X. Appreciate all the support all over. You guys are absolutely amazing. We had a nice little uptick on BTC, which was quickly taken away, basically. But we're going to get into all that in just a bit. Make sure you guys lock in. We're going to be doing some giveaways. If you guys are interested in the giveaways, if you guys are tuning in, you're like, dude, I'm trying to get some giveaways. Make sure you guys go over to Pump Fun. You guys will see us right on the front page of Pump Fun. You guys can tap in with us right here and find us on the live stream portion of Pump Fun, most likely somewhere around here. There you go. You see us right here. So if you guys are tuning in for the giveaway, make sure you guys pull up to Pump Fun. You guys show some love. I just noticed too, I was spending some nights on Pump Fun. They have these voice chats. So we got spaces, basically on Pump Fun. So I've been doing some soft shilling, some talking on these spaces. It's been kind of nice. Right? So let's keep it moving and grooving. You guys see us on the front page, which looks absolutely bullish. We got BTC doing what BTC does, $76,810. Yeah, nice little pullback on BTC, that's for sure. And it's been going on for a little bit. It started to recover just a little bit, but nothing too crazy. And this is where, price kind of fell apart. On the 4-hour chart, we're still trading well above the 200 moving average. Things are still technically looking good. These are just these corrections. The market is still above that 2.50. Could just be a correction. Could be something more. It could be more. The markets are very sensitive right now. You got Solana pulling back. You got BNB pulling back. XRP pulling back a tad. Ethereum pulling back a little bit. Everything's having a nice little pullback. The overall crypto market cap, you guys are seeing that as well. But again, the 4-hour chart zoomed out. This is still looking good. And, this is where we hit. We hit again in this same area. We came right up to almost like to the T at 79,500. And then price just got rejected. And, price got rejected along this whole uptrend right here. Right. So it's not to say just because it got rejected right here on, trying to break past that, price can't continue upwards. We got to let the thing breathe and stuff. Right. So the market is going to be breathing, taking its breath in and out and whatnot like that. And you got to find your favorite plays, lock into those favorite plays, find them on a discount, because the markets have been feeling overall a lot more bullish. They just been feeling that. Now, maybe those feelings will fade away with higher time frames being rejected when we look at the daily chart. But again, we suspected some of this, right? But we're still marching towards that direction. We suspected that, maybe it can come up to the 200 and get rejected and people get bummed out about that and price will pull back. But we're still technically in an uptrend, making higher lows along this whole little path right here. Anybody can see that. And it's looking, pretty healthy. Yeah, it's going along this line right here. It's not picture perfect, but it is, making higher lows and a nice little uptrend. And we wanted to get up to this 200 moving average. This is where a lot of stuff will happen. This is why the markets are still on the fence, because we want this to happen and BTC to start coming towards that 91K. Now, there's some other moving averages that is crashing into, some lower ones of 20. You got your 100 on the weekly that is looking at. But when it's coming to this, 200 moving average is one that you want to pay attention to, because it is the biggest bear bull indicator. And you can see it's not just me saying that. When we got underneath it, it's been bearish for quite a minute. So obviously, maybe when we get back above it, not guaranteed, but maybe we have some of this. Why can I say something like that? Why could that be a possibility? Well, we just look backwards and we see on a daily chart that when we did get on the positive side, the north side of the 200 moving average, we have bullish momentum. So that's why we're still like, hey, not quite just yet, but it's still in that direction that we want to see it, even right here on the 4-hour chart. So that's BTC. Could be heading to 91K, or it could be having a correction down to 74,000. By the way, that the market's moving right now, nothing to be too concerned with. Honestly, things are just feeling a lot better into space. People are feeling a little bit more bullish. Is there some merit behind it? Yeah, we saw some money coming in. But right now we're just looking at it. Hey, this could be a correction, or maybe it comes a little bit lower. Here goes your Ethereum, kind of giving you a really close bounce to that 200 moving average. And you're seeing even on the 4-hour chart how that's staying pretty true and pretty strong. Now, if we lost this 200 moving average, then obviously we'll see some lower prices on ETH, 2100 and whatnot like that. But again, almost a bounce right off that 200. And we're looking for the daily to just, break past this 200 moving average. And this is why the market reacts so sensitive right now. It's so quick because we're technically in bearish territory when we're trading underneath this 200 moving average, even on ETH. If we break past this 200 moving average, we're looking at some prices on Ethereum as high as 3,300. XRP, fam, same topic. 4-hour charts still looking relatively bullish. XRP not so much, because now we got a sell signal on the 4-hour chart and we have the break of the 200 moving average. So this sell signal is pretty valid, and you can see how on XRP it could trade into this gap really easily, and placing a short on XRP down to 130, maybe even lower to exactly 130. This is 134 down to 130. Could be a solid short. Not financial advice. Markets can turn around and start roaring all over again, but we have to respect that. Now it's breaking the 200, just like we respect when it breaks to the upside. Yes, there might be some tests and some first mouse, second mouse, but it could lose a little bit of that momentum that the market was having and kind of trade a little bit lower. Let's go to the next one and check it out. Fam, welcome in. We're going through them kind of quick. We're going to do a giveaway in just a bit. Make sure if you guys are tuning in for the giveaway that you guys are over on Pump Fun. Leave a message right there. Let me make sure this is actually live over there. Wonder if I refreshed it, if I just messed it up. Hopefully I didn't. Okay, we're good. All right, cool. Okay, there we go. So yeah, if you guys are in for the giveaways, come over to what we got going on Pump Fun, and that's where that's going to go down. So right here on XRP, we covered this. A little bit of feedback, my bad. XRP on a daily chart, you guys can see how this could be, if we got trading lower, it could come back down to even down here on the daily chart. What's up, Saphir? We got BNB 4-hour chart first. And again, we could be respecting some of this motion on the 4-hour chart on BNB and some of the other plays like XRP, because that's our 200 moving average, and it could trade underneath there very easily. It doesn't have to stay underneath there. It can turn right back around. But, somebody looking at that with a sell signal that's breaking right past the 200 moving average at the same time, that could be, a nice little short from 79.3. Nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very nice. That was it couldn't break past what it hit before, so those shorts work out pretty nice. So BNB right here, also trading to the downside with that 200 moving average being broken. So we got some positives and we got some negatives today, but we got some bullish stuff for XPX. That's for sure. We got some bullish stuff for XPX that we're going to cover. I'm looking forward to it. It's a huge milestone, I believe. And, those who are bullish on what we're doing over here can see the numbers are scaling up. The network is growing. And, we got a lot of exposure also on this Solana chain to a lot of new investors. And tomorrow, already tomorrow, we got the BTC conference. So, pretty bullish tomorrow. Get some videos, record, post it up later on in the night, hang out, make the most of it. I like to actually listen to all this stuff. It's somewhat kind of the boring stuff, I guess, part of the show, but it's refreshing to hear a lot of that stuff. It's good. It's good for the ears. It's good for, a good reminder. It rings some bells that it needs to ring and stuff like that. But of course, all the booths are super fun. But, sometimes those talks are really where you can get a lot of the alpha and some of the sentiment from the people who don't really care about price and just keep building and keep moving forward. So it's nice to see that. We got Solana as well, this sell signal that printed well over here. Yeah, it got tested a couple times, went up to like where the stop loss would have been. You know, you could add the stop loss right here or a little bit tighter right there. Would have been stopped out though, to be honest with you guys. But breaking past this 200 again, if you would have took that trade and, you know, breaking past that 200, you got Solana peeling down, and Solana could be coming down to $81 because this 4-hour chart is saying that, right? When it turns back bullish, then it's back bullish, but we're trading underneath this, right? So it could trade and then get back above that. Going to the daily chart, we saw that, you know, it's just been consolidating nonstop. It's just been, you know, nonstop this, nonstop that. When Solana breaks 90, it's heading straight to 120. I think so too. That's a number that it liked to visit quite a bit before. It was visiting that 120 quite a bit. But right now, this is why, you know, we're in this boring consolidation phase, you know, the sideways trading that we've been going on, and we're just waiting for that breakout. We're being patient. We DCA into our favorite things, and we let the markets there. You can beat on the drum, you can do a backflip, you can do whatever, but you know, networking, building is probably some of the best things that you could be doing right now, because we're still at the mercy of the market, you know, and the market's feeling somewhat more bullish, with more bullish sentiment. People, you know, like Gary said the other day, he was smoldering. Now he's back on fire, right? So there's a lot of people that the coal is maybe not lit all the way flame wise, but it's still there lit, right? And this could be the moment where you could accumulate. Maybe you're trading the shorter time frames, you're accumulating more Solana. But if you wanted to just wait for this thing to break going long, you know, you got Solana back up at 160. It's going to look really nice. And it moves quick. You know, there's some easy X's sitting on Solana, honestly. So let's go. Yeah, the CFX. We got gold doing what gold is doing. Nothing too exciting on these two. It's kind of calmed down a little bit, but I'm sure they're going to get back roaring, you know. And you can see this indicator works pretty strong over here, but here goes silver, you know, could see some cheaper prices down to $67 on silver. So, you know, everything's been kind of just a little bit, you know, it's not roaring on gold. It's not roaring on silver. All the prices are settling in every direction. And then, you know, you get your next leg up, but you had your massive move up, you had your massive move down, and then you had your sideways trading, you know. So maybe we get a next move up, maybe another move down, and that's why we're going to track price and see if that's what's going down. But right now, price is being tracked downward on silver on a 4-hour chart. So, you know, if you would have took this trade at any moment over here on the sell signal, yeah, it tested you because it went back up, right? Sell signal. Oh, now you're in the red. But look at how if you just stood true to that time frame, you know, it's starting to trade into some of these gaps, and that's where that short, if you just stay patient, actually works out for you. All right. So let's jump into XPX right now. Extremely bullish news, honestly, when it comes to this. If you guys are part of XPX, come to the Pump Fun stream and come over here and get ready to spam the comments, because this is pretty huge right here. Honestly, what this has already been doing. That's what's cool about it. It's like it's already doing this stuff. So clean water access and a human right. Access to water is fundamental to life and prosperity, serving as a cornerstone for public health, economic development, and sustainability of our global ecosystem. And like, they're not just saying this. This is something that they've been doing already. You guys can, you know, donate, you know, the way that you're used to, or you can donate with cryptocurrency. And if you guys see Moses West Foundation donation page, you scroll down, powered by XPX. Slowly but surely, what we've been setting our goals on, and this thing being implemented on multiple websites, is starting to happen. And not because, you know, it just makes sense for us, but it makes sense for other people, right? Like the crypto space is going to be a part of this. And I'm going to show you guys some more things. Like I said, when it comes to the world of like donations, that doesn't slow down whether the market's green or red. If you guys watch this Mr. Beast video right here, and you guys go like midway of the Mr. Beast video, you see the AW machine, or the AWG machine there. So like
we're on a mission to give 2 million people all around the world clean water.
or
goes through the glass to
It's
the
not
outside.
going through the glass, Jimmy. That
You
water is
see
coming from the air. This machine
right here
cools
where
down the
this
air,
is
and then it
actually
can't
being
hold that
implemented
water
by some of
anymore,
the
at which
biggest
point you
names.
collect it in this
So,
big tank.
like,
Plus, it
again,
purifies it all
we're
in the process. It's
tapping into a
basically
whole nother world that's
squeezing
actually
and
doing
wringing
some good. So very, very bullish. I want you guys to check out all these videos, especially this one right here from Moses West himself, so you guys can get an idea of what the plan is and what they've been doing, what it's really all about. And honestly, we could just
I built something called an atmospheric water generator.
play it right now.
And an atmospheric water generator.
Let me know if the audio is
we
good.
all know that there's only 3 sources of water on the earth. We've all learned it in science class. And there's 3 sources of water that exist on the earth. It's in a liquid, it's in a solid, and it's in a gas. And so the easy water that we drink every day, it comes from a surface water like Lake Michigan. What the water is doing is just the plant is getting warmer, so the water's starting to evaporate. And naturally, when the water evaporates, where does it go? It just goes into the air. If you have a glass of water in a room, it evaporates. It's in the air in the room. Many people here don't understand that the water that's in the atmosphere is so plentiful that we can use it. But you see this process every day. In the summer, when you sit at a table and you have a glass on the table and all your friends have a glass of lemonade or iced tea or cold beer or drinks, what you see is those glasses sweat. You see that. You see your air conditioner drip. Well, this is the moisture that's being condensed out of the air. And so basically what I do is I've created a machine that does that, but it's on steroids. Condensing the moisture out of the atmosphere, what I've learned over the years, it's a viable, energy efficient source that can operate completely on renewable energy. On the island of Vieques in Puerto Rico, working with my foundation, we supplied enough water for 5,000 people to drink water. We were making water that far exceeded World Health Organization standards, far exceeded EPA standards. Right now, what I've been doing is I've been working with the military, and so they have it for their mobility needs. So when the military pulls into an area, one of the problems they had is that when you fly in water in a large military aircraft after a disaster, it takes up the entire plane because water is so heavy. With this technology, what it allows for the user to do is to have a system in place that produces the water as the people need it continuously, and it frees those planes up to do something else. You saw in Katrina, the people were standing out, there were signs they needed water. If they had this machine during Hurricane Katrina, all they would have to do is pull it out, turn it on, and they would be producing water at that spot at that time. So right now, today, in California, in these areas where they're running short of water, this is a technology that it has a place in a home right now today. I started doing this in 2012, doing my first steps of trying to tell everybody that the Chicken Little thing, that the sky was falling. And today we've reached that place that I was talking about then. So I'm working with a town right now in Texas. It's called Sand Branch. This town, Sand Branch, it has absolutely no drinkable water. The water in the wells is even contaminated. So this is one of many towns, thousands of towns around the United States that have lost their water supply or their water supply is contaminated as the planet warms up. So this technology operating in a higher temperature, high humidity environment has the capability to actually produce all of the water that these communities need. When I came up to Chicago, when I moved the process from Texas to here, there's a huge amount of support here for the Ukraine. And people kept asking me, so will this work in the Ukraine? People kept sending me emails, what can you do for the Ukraine? And I said, oh, well, the machine, it'll work anywhere. I was watching and reading some newscasts. And where was the place where everybody was huddling? They said they were huddling in the basements. And one of the things they always said about the basements was that the basements were dank, damp, and wet. If I put a system in a basement in the Ukraine, it's going to dry the basement out. It's going to prevent disease, mold in the air. It's going to make it extremely dry. The temperature is high enough in the basement to produce water year round. What I'm interested in is I'm interested in supplying an entire neighborhood with water. I'm interested in making sure that the military will be able to push one of these out of a plane on a parachute to troops in the field. I'm interested in ensuring that the disenfranchised communities around the United States have access to this. And I think I've been one of the only crusaders for that. I have a foundation. It's the Moses West Foundation. All you have to do is just go to the Moses West Foundation, click on the donate link, and donate whatever you would like to donate. And that helps all of these missions that we need to do. It helps train all the people that we need to train. And hopefully it'll help to find that 1,000 people that I can teach to go out in the world to do this as well. That's what the foundation does. Because this technology is a linchpin to sustainability. The 17 tenets of sustainability is set forth by the United Nations. That's the direction they told the whole world to go to. The one thing that they were missing was a sustainable source of water.
I mean, pretty bullish, fam. It don't get no better than that. It's really happening, right? So this is already out and about. This is already, you know, changing people's lives. So you guys can go learn more. You guys can also go to his Instagram, go to the YouTube channel to learn a lot more about the Moses Foundation, the Moses West Foundation, I should say, and how you guys can help to contribute to provide clean water to people. And, you know, this is a page with close to 400,000 followers, which is crazy bullish to think that, you know, that traffic is going to be coming here. And, you know, we're actually a project that's been providing, you know, these off-ramp solutions for, you know, close to 2 years. And now, you know, this is what crypto is supposed to be doing. Like, it's supposed to find a way to branch out into retail, but not by just expecting people to understand us, but maybe providing tools that help the space, you know, bridge itself together. So come over here to this website, the MosesWestFoundation.org. You know, watch the videos, every single video. You know, this is barely starting off in 5 countries with 9 missions, and they've already done quite a bit. They generated 6 million gallons of clean water to quite a lot of places, Flint, Michigan, you know, parts of Africa. And this is in 5 countries. We do crypto payments in 170 countries. So you can see how, you know, crypto has to come and help out with the borderless part and making it faster, making it easier for people to donate. So we can raise this number up because, you know, we are already given, you know, the Moses West Foundation to, you know, access to the same amount of countries that we have. That's 170 countries for Visa card, MasterCard. You know, that's 106 countries for countries. So for bill payments, and it's just extremely bullish. Go over to the YouTube channel as well. You know, go ahead and check out the whole website. And shout out to Moon as well, setting this all up. And you know, we've been grinding on this behind the scenes. He's been setting all this up, and this has been something that's been in the works for quite a bit. And now it's live right here, which is absolutely amazing. And, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing this donation widget used. And, you know, they got a lot of celebrity contacts. Obviously, when you're doing stuff like this, you're going to have celebrity contacts, whether it's a YouTuber like, you know, Mr. Beast, or whether it's Kyrie Irving. Moon is very well connected in the space. This was just the start of something really, really great, not just for XPX, not just for the Moses West Foundation, but for the whole Web3 space, to kind of lay a foundation. Because I'm going to be humble, like whether we do this or not, there'll be players that will come in and do this no matter what, right? It's our moment right now. This is that opportunity to be one of the players in the space that help, you know, change the world actively, not just down the road or something like that, but actively working on changing the world. If you guys want to learn more about XPX, come over here to xpxpay.com. We are a project that's been live for about almost 2 years on the BNB chain. And then we just launched on the Solana chain. So you guys can see our contract address right here. Go to the BNB chain for this one. Go to smartdefi.com. The website's looking super clean. You guys can also buy it on Pump Fund. Buy the stock, buy the token of the project, doing, you know, over $300,000 in paid orders, over 80 grand in 1 month, you know, providing solutions for individuals, for businesses, for projects, and for charitable organizations, man. This is going to continue to expand. Like I've been telling you guys for quite a while, you know, this project, no matter what, all roads lead to payments. So whether it's the individual using a KYC card for 100K, or, you know, organization like the Moses West Foundation, you know, using the business account, having up to 5 business cards, you know, really giving them the power to, you know, use those donations and make the purchases that they need for their drive. You got your non-KYC options, you know, for your crypto traders, you know, all that good stuff. You got up to 10K on a non-KYC card. You got up to 2,500 Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay for your Visa card connected to your wallet on your phone. You got non-KYC bill payments, going from casually just 10 countries, we're all the way to 106 countries now. So extremely bullish. You can pay your water bill, your electric bill, your gas bill. You can pay it for somebody else. The remains will be taken care of in like 24 to 48 hours. You got your non-KYC gift cards, buying somebody a gift and, letting them know, hey, I care, and you're sending it to them, right? So let's go to our X account. We'll talk about the chart in just a bit. It's been consolidating really strong. We got the BTC conference tomorrow. It's going to be really bullish. You see, they're already live over here, day one. We're pulling up tomorrow and the day after that. And we got a bunch of like little side quests that we're going to do as well. It's going to be pretty active. But come over here. We got this on our X account as well. This is where you guys can stay up to date. We just did another burn on XPX. We got these two burns that we've done, $3 million or 3 million tokens of XPX, 2 million tokens of XPX, and it's starting to stack up. We're going to have a supply shock, fam. It's going to happen, accumulate. We got spaces that we're invited to, and, we're, one of the top projects there. 335 people tuning in. You go to Cappy today. This thing is sprinkled in every direction, and you see, again, we're being marketed right there on the place where we had the space with all the other projects, and we got a lot of follow-ups from that. We've been getting so many follow-ups. I was talking to John Kawabunga, he goes by on X, all the way from Kenya, about setting up the donation widget. We're going through, setting up the website so it looks really nice for them and making sure that then we can set up that donation widget. But like I said, from our spaces, from what's going on, the way that we're expanding, the way that we're growing, we're seeing a lot of follow-ups on what we got going on over here, whether it's individuals or businesses that are using it. Oh, we got an update on this thing. Okay, upgrade in progress. Okay, nice. Okay, so we're gonna be having something new over there. Nice. So yeah, make sure you guys stay tapped in. The chart is looking pretty good right now. You're gonna have people who sell, you're gonna have people who trade. We had trending going on for 8 hours. Every time somebody buys, it does trigger it up inside their chat. So keep that in mind when you see trending. But this is a nice solid floor, especially when the markets are really shaky right now, but it's normal, right? People get in early, people get out, and we have enough ammunition that when this thing pumps, and you look at some of the other plays I'm gonna show you, they had their moment of corrections as well. It's normal in the space to have these corrections, especially, when we're building something like we're building, you're still extremely early. So this is a chart on the Solana side. You guys can come over here to smartdefi.com. It's looking really nice over here. This is looking really clean. You guys can scroll down. You guys can find XPX. You guys can search XPX right here. XPX. There it goes right there, right at the top. You got our BNB chart also consolidating, finding a solid floor, over close to 60 BNB in asset backing, $37,000 right now at all-time high BNB. It was, over 70 grand. So growing really, really strong, fam, in this market that we're having right now with, corrections, consolidations, consolidation, a little bit of momentary bullishness, and then it fades away. But nonetheless, we're seeing the overall market find a floor, the overall market start to uptick, and the overall sentiment start to kind of change around the market. Is it something that's going to last? Only time will tell. We see Bitcoin break past some really high market caps or some really high prices like that 80 something K. Bitcoin can really start to run, and that's over here, right around that 82K. Bitcoin breaks that 200 moving average, the markets can get really, really excited. And then, your favorite plays, you're going to wish that you DCA, that you accumulated, because we got burns going on. We got more things that are going to be happening, more projects that are going to be getting onboarded, more collaborations. This is just a start, fam. You guys are extremely early. This Moses West Foundation, this is one of the things that we've been working for and working towards over the last 2 years. And this is what we've been wanting. We've talked about, big names, with massive amount of exposure, eventually having this on the site where, while we're sleeping, they're pushing this. And while they're sleeping, we're pushing their stuff as well, right? It's a two-way street. And this is what crypto needs to do. And we're doing that ourselves right now. I can't wait to be a part of this, growing, where because of, the donation widget, we can lay our foundation of, not just 5 countries, but 6 countries, 7 countries, 10 countries, 100 countries. And this number keeps going up, and we're a factor in that really cements what we're building here as far as XPX Pay. All right. So stay yourselves locked in. We're going to do a giveaway right now for you guys that are tuning in. Pick a number 1 through 100 right now on the Pump Fun stream. And I got the number already. Let's go ahead and let's take it, man. Let's go ahead. So 1 through 100, pick a number on the Pump Fun stream, and pull up, fam. Pull up. Let's see. AD says 25. No. Nope. Nope. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Let's go, fam. Let's go, fam. Welcome in, everybody. If you guys are just tuning in for the giveaway, come over to Pump Fun. You guys are going to find us on the front page on the live streams. You guys join us there and join us. 1 through 100 is the number. The number's mixed up somewhere inside there. You guys find the number. You guys win some XPX, man. And we're growing holders like that. We're growing exposure like that. And, you know, doing crypto giveaway shows and people on Pump Fun, you know, it's one of the hottest platforms. I think it's pretty cool to see us on there, and where new people finding out about us can tune in and, you know, win some XPX, win some of this exposure, win some of this project. And you guys, hey, I know you guys are DJ mode at times and all that, but there's a moment where you got to be a serious investor. We got our first winner. The number was 10. Shout out to you. We got some other winners from the other night as well. We're going to be taking care of. I was locking this deal in right here. You're actually one of the winners last time, so you're going to be winning some extra XPX today later on when we do this. But shout out to you, man. We're going to have some more giveaways, so make sure you guys stay tuned in. We're just getting started with the giveaways. We got some more. Come over to the Pump Fun stream and tap in with us and learn all things XPX, everybody. Learn all things XPX. All right, let's go right into this. Let's go into Yi token next. Yi token is a perfect example. You know, this is, you know, pumping up lately. Has been, you know, went up to 10 million, came down to 5 million. But I want to show you guys, like, you know, I showed you guys on the other stream, when you go backwards, like, look at how many times they went up to $1 million market cap and got rejected. 1, 2, 3, 4, technically 5 right there. And then through the 6th one, it kind of broke through that $1 million market cap. And look at how high it sent up. You know, it went past the 5, it went past the 10, but this was just the start of it. It shook everybody out all over again, and then went up to the 30-something million. And when you get into those numbers and you start making leg ups again, and you start, you know, moving all over again, look how fast they're right back into market caps where people are paying attention. So, you know, it really comes down to pricing people out. It really comes down to, you know, the community diamond hand holding. If you want to see more exits, just diamond hand, you know, just really stay locked in, because don't feel that just because these people can do it, you can't. That's not how the space works. You know, it's just, it really comes down to that. Yi wasn't what Yi was until it broke past that $1 million market cap and started breaking past everything else, right? So come over here, pay attention to it. Don't miss out. It could be gearing up for its next leg. When you see stuff like this, getting stronger and stronger every single day, you don't want to miss out. Yi is officially integrated with Chainlink. We're also excited to share that alongside the integration, Yi has made his history as the first CTO in crypto to be formally recognized as a CTO. So there you guys go. Yi token making history for you guys right in front of your guys' eyes and getting some more exposure. And you guys gotta, I almost read what you're saying. You guys gotta see, like, you know, these things can jump right back up, and everybody who was fading it, now they're right back bullish on it. You got to check yourself. What is it with yourself that, why are you not bullish on it down here? This was just this was the same project when it couldn't break $1 million market cap. Now you're bullish on it. It's like, fam, you got to change it up, because you're going to be late every time to the party if that's your scenario. You got to look at stuff early on. That's what finding undervalued assets is all about. It's not just pull the freaking lever and, you know, Hail Mary every single time and you think that you're going to get a Lambo out of it. Like, if you liked it, the meme, if you liked it, the narrative, then lock in and get in early. Don't wait till everybody's screaming about it, because you're late. You're late. Yi token looking really good, fam. Let's go to the next one. Appreciate you guys pulling up. Like I said, if you're pulling up on YouTube or X, come over to Pump Fun, where we're going to be doing another giveaway for you guys in just a bit. Going through the tickers up above. Appreciate you guys. We got the, you know, we got the LOL. Also pumping right back up again. Look at the trouble I had getting past $1 million market cap. 1, 2, 3. On the 4th try, it broke past 1 million, and now it's the LOL that everybody knows what it is. But nobody was talking about LOL. You know, we were talking about it kind of early because it was pretty funny, and the narrative could have been something new. But you're seeing right here, now it's the LOL that everybody knows. And again, diamond hand holders who really saw the power of this narrative, yeah, you know, now it's on a discount and it's, you know, relatively close to where it was at before, but it did run up to 12.5 million, right? It did run. And who won out of that? Was it the traders? Was it the diamond hand holders? You know, because somebody got to print the best out of this, and it was really people who DCA'd into the project and waited for certain psychological barriers to be broken so it can pump up. Because if you believe in the narrative, you believe in what's being built, you know, and you think it's strong, then when it breaks the market cap, it goes higher. There's no rocket science behind it. This is LOL. Let's go to their homepage. They're making a lot of noise. They're everywhere. We were trending on Skeleton Bot right next to them, which was really nice. And being able to catch, you know, exposure next to these things is good. It's good. It's good. It's good. LOL right here. It's time for Toli and A1, the Elon, to unite as support and support the most viral meme coin ever launched on Pump Fun on Solana. LOL. So there you guys go. There you guys go. Look at that. There you go. Your traders are saying, look, this is the floor. If this thing starts going right back up, again, we're going to have these examples of when these market caps get broken, what really comes, what happens from it, right? So there you go. Everybody's spotting out the floor. There it goes. Everybody's, you know, and that's the thing, like build the floor and you start going right back up. The same people who sold would jump right back in. They're probably waiting just for things to, you know, and then, you know, they jump right back in. And if you build it, they will come. So LOL doing what LOL does. LOL to the FUD. That's probably one of my favorite posts that they ever made. Because that's what I do. I LOL to all the FUD. I really don't care. I'm staying locked in on what I got to do. And if you're a project developer, if you're a community leader, if you're a raider, a shiller, stay locked in on what you got to do. And you'll see how these things will just fall right in place. Right. So LOL coin doing what LOL does. We're going to go back to another giveaway right away for those who missed out. It's kind of a little back-to-back giveaway right here on this one. So definitely come over here to the Pump Fun stream. We're doing a giveaway right now. I have the number already, 1 through 100. Go ahead and spam it on the Pump Fun stream, everybody. Let's go. Turn up. LOL. Okay. Nope. 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 No. No, no, no. See you guys. No, no. Lock in, fam. Lock in. Lock in, fam, on the giveaways. Let's see. Let's see. Scroll through the list. Nope, 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 nope. Still nope, nope. Nope. Giveaways on the Pump Fun stream right now. If you guys are listening, tune in, join us. Let's see. Nope, nope. There you go. Oh, we got our winner. Priest won. Priest won. Priest, you won one. You got one. And just barely holding any XPX. Holding dust and you win. Jeez, man. What a W. What a W, man. There you guys go. Pretty simple, man. Pretty simple. Let's go to the next play. Let's keep the show moving and grooving. Appreciate you guys. We got maxing next because it's just the narrative. It's just, are you maxing? That's what everybody's talking about now. Maxing, right? Are you maxing? You know, are you being mogged? Are you maxing right now? I don't know, man. I'm definitely not maxing, man. I literally gained weight up to this freaking BTC conference. I don't know if I dealt with some of the, you know, some of the excitement or anxiety with eating or whatever, but man, I gained a couple pounds. I was like, man, I got on the scale and it started telling me lies. You know, so I'm definitely not maxing. You guys let me know. Are you guys maxing? Are you guys maxing? Are you guys maxing at all? Maxing, man. This is the narrative. We've heard it everywhere. Anywhere you go, it's on the news, it's on TV, it's on for sure on social media. You know, it's everywhere. Maxing is everywhere, and people are maxing. And I don't know if you're maxing, but I'm just going to keep saying it because maybe this could pump up pretty hard. You know, this could have its pump as well. You know, just because everybody's talking about it. And it hasn't broke that 5 million. We've been talking about it for a while. We're gonna move this over. This might be one of those examples. Look at this, mind you. Look at this underneath $1 million market cap. Mind you, up to 1 million rejected. Everybody paper handed. Everybody scared. Broke 1 million. Look what happens. That's what happens on Solana. It's that simple. Look to your left, look to your right, and tell everybody to hold in DCA because the minute you break past this, you get a lot of attention. You get a lot of attention. Okay, so very bullish on this right here. You know, this is already kind of doing the market cap dance, and most likely, you know, if this thing gets a little bit more attention and just has a breakout above this $5 million market cap, we'll see it go to 10. Why? Because they all do. That's what they do on a lot. They do it quite a bit. Solana maxing, man. Solana maxing. I need to get the maxing. Oh. Even that, oh my God, I'm 38. Maxing 38. Whew. Tired. I need a vitamin to max or something. I need an energy drink to max right now. Coffee or something. Spend some late nights setting some things up, man. But maxing it is, man. We got to get our max on. And this is just proof again of, you know, everybody who paper handed it, the minute it broke 1 million, they were struck. There was a whole lot of coping going on, you know, then going up to 5 million. You know how silly those bags would have looked if you're anybody who just DCA'd underneath 1 million and you know that, you know, the ammo was there, the things are there. It's like, fam, it's just a matter of time. This has been live for 4 months, you know, going on 5 months, and it's at $2.7 million market cap. This thing broke 1 million and it started getting a lot of attention. It's right there. The playbook is there. It's not in some secret Telegram group. The chart tells you everything. The money trail literally tells you where it's going. Shout out to the Luxurious Lounge on a nice little dip right here. Nice little correction. You know, and this is part of the Solana space. You know, everybody that was bullish on it at 1 million, this is a discount price for it right here. Had his little correction underneath 1 million, probably going to go right back up over 1 million. We've been doing some burns over there. You got Trolls Den. You got the BMW. You got the Bitcoin conference. You got the whale miner people. You got the vet token on Coinbase. Now you got the whale miner again. You got our live stream on here. You got the burns that we're doing. More Trolls Den, the Insinuate. Look at it. I mean, burn alert. Come on, man. We're everywhere too. And this is what cross-pollination looks like. This is what networking is all about. You know, you're still very early on these plays. The market's not even roaring. The market's not even like all the way hot where it's like, you know, we're so back. It's still very on the fence. Still very on the fence. Yeah, Normie token waking up as well. A little bit of a consolidation, maybe a test on 100, maybe a little opportunity right here on the 100K market cap. But again, anything can come back. You know, you zoom out on this thing, you know, for where it went up to and where it's at now, it's like anything can bounce back ASAP. Like it went all the way up to 400 and some K, came all the way down to 19K. Now it's back at 100K. You know, to $1 million market cap, there's definitely some gains there. If you want to be up to $1 million market cap and G right before it pumps even harder, because when you do break that $1 million market cap, you do get a lot of access. You do see things going a lot higher. Maybe some corrections, but now people are paying attention. Let's go to Whale Miner, one that everybody's paying attention to as well. You got Whale Miner over here on a little bit of correction as well, coming down to that $3 million market cap. No big deal. You know, hit the 5 million. But again, look at how long it consolidated and hit the 1 million so many times. When it finally broke it, there's just this like new wave of people that come check it out. So you guys don't want to miss out on these early plays. And there's still, you know, some room for this as well. Like it breaks $5 million market cap. This thing goes a lot higher. We got it marked up already for them, and they're building. You know, this is a utility play on Solana, you know, holding some serious market caps, even higher than some of the meme coins that everybody's talking about. That says a lot that the space is looking for utility as well. They're just looking for things that make sense, and obviously a little bit of FOMO helps that a little bit as well. But check out these projects, man. Check out the people building into space. Check out what's really going on, and stay locked in, fam. You're still really early. The markets are being the markets, you know, and look how fast they're bouncing back already. Now, oh, what? You know, back to 77,000. Let's go. You know, what's the 1 hour chart? Oh, the what? Let's go. You know, that's looking nice. That's looking really nice. Very nice. Cool, cool. So markets are still doing the markets. XPX is still doing what XPX does. We got updates on Smart DeFi with the bonding curve going live. You guys can go check it out. They got the testnet live. You guys can go check that out. Looking super cool. Their new website's up. You know, check it out. It does look fire. I was checking out the testnet. Looks pretty cool. You guys can check that out. Go join the Telegram. And you know, this could be the next bonding curve that gets really hot. And again, we're on the BNB chain with a very strong project that gives us exposure to more communities, that gives us exposure to more projects that most likely want to use our tools, and that grows our brand, in the space. So shout out to the Smart DeFi devs and everybody making this happen right here. I know the community's been hyped. We've been seeing the price, you know, pump up again. People getting active, you know, look, this is all it takes. You know, people are feeling very bullish on it, and it's climbing up slowly but surely. So looking really good, This nice little update. The colors look fresh. Everything looks really on point. Yeah, it's looking really nice. So keep an eye on Feg Token as well. Could be the comeback of a lifetime happening right before your guys' eyes. You know, this bonding curve really takes off, and people actually want to get a piece of the governance token. They're going to want to check it out, you know, and now these things have staking and, you know, asset backing, a lot of cool things, a lot of cool features over here. So don't miss out, fam. Don't miss out. You are very early still in the market, still a lot of builders building. And that's what we're going to keep doing. So market's still over 2.50. That's looking pretty good. And yeah, so 2.57 picking up a little bit. But that's it, man. That's a pretty solid stream. You know, you guys are freaking epic, of course. This was a huge thing right here for XPX. If you guys are new to us, definitely tap in, man. If you got any questions, ask me. If you're a project out there that wants to also integrate a donation tool to your cause or whatever you got going on, you guys don't want to miss out. There's this as well right here. We got this as well. Check this out. This is pretty cool. And we'll wrap it up, XPX, because I want to show you that even when the markets are red, what we're tapping into is super massive. So let's go into this really quick.
$50,000 for you.
24 hours earlier, this is how I met Gary.
You don't happen to have a couple quarters for this baby food? I'm just short for it. Like any spare change?
Let me see if I have some quarters.
Are you sure? Thank you so much.
I then surprised Gary with $500 for his kindness, but then he shared this with me.
If I could just take $20.
No, Gary. How old are you?
81.
Hey, what is your dream?
My dream is to get out of debt and get my health back. I've got skin cancer and kidney stones.
So, Gary, you're worried you might be kicked out on the street?
Well, if I don't pay the mortgage in the next 2 months,
Really?
I'm in trouble. Somebody broke into my car about a week ago and they stole everything out of the car, all my stamps and my vehicle registration and my phone. They just took everything. My wife does a lot of praying, so we pray together every morning. So it's horrible to get old and not have a job and not have any money. Yeah. It's horrible.
And that's when the internet came together and did this.
In the last 24 hours, I have $150,000 for you.
Not 50K, 150,000.
$150,000.
150K. So I just want to show you guys that there's a lot more than chart goes up, chart goes down. You know, we're building something that can really impact a lot of people. I've been watching a lot of that Jimmy Dart stuff, you know, what he's been doing with GoFundMe. I think crypto will eventually start to put on a suit and tie. You will see people like the Moses West Foundation coming into the space. You will see, you know, these things being built around us with Veteran Token, with Kenji Token, with the Space Penguins doing their donations. And this is kind of like the phase that crypto's in right now. You don't want to wait till that phase starts to happen to try to build everything out. You want to not just build everything out, but lay the foundation, you know, have a resume of what you've been doing for the space already. That's what we're doing as far as XPX. You guys, it is extremely early. You know, we just hit over 300K in paid orders. I have no doubt that this will turn into a multi-million-dollar company, and possibly even, you know, tapping into the multi-billion-dollar company, because, you know, we're barely scratching the surface of payments. We're barely scratching the surface of, you know, the $40 billion market share of GoFundMe. So you guys are super early on this. Don't miss out. Don't, you know, fade us just because, you know, the market or whatever like that. Look at the project. Look at what we've been building. Look at what we've been doing. Look at the people that we're actually affecting in a positive way, getting clean water to people, you know, donating to animals, donating to the homeless here in Vegas. You know, this is much bigger than just this little moment right now. We're building the foundation to be a household name in this crypto space. So I appreciate you guys pulling up for the giveaways and everything like that. You guys are absolutely amazing. Make sure you guys join the Telegram. There's actually a buy competition going on right now. So buy some XPX. There's going to be more buy competitions. I was kind of messing with it late last night and just testing things out the last couple of nights. So there's going to be more trending coming, more things like that. Like I said, fam, we are very, very early. If some of these people see what we're doing, they become investors of what we've been building, you know, the sky is the limit. So appreciate you guys pulling up. Like, comment, subscribe. If you guys can't do that, continue to come back, experience the abundance of money with me. Until next time, you guys know what it is. Later, fam.
So your bag's backed up against the wall, and the bandwagon's falling right off, and you're hearing all the talk about maybe you should think about what you're gonna do